Match of the night. We go based on record, so worst to best combined. So we always start off with teams that I think are vying for redemption, you know. That's not to say that these aren't two very capable teams. Yellow Yoshi's been proving to have a breakout year after his LVP buff has taken effect. Luigi pitched a gem in the Knight's Soul win this year, a 2-0 shutout victory versus the rookies, former runner-ups, which I'll have to stop referring to them as. You know, we're getting pretty far into the season now. Pretty good defensive play all around, I would say. I think the question all year is going to be hitting. They have decent chemistry, but will they be able to knock some of these runs home? So I'm getting everything set up here. There we go. Let's look at the other side. We have a very chemistry-rich lineup. The Funky Kongs have been, I think, electric this year outside of just one game. It wasn't too close in that second neutral game versus the Murkrows, but they sort of got it handed to them by the Chosen earlier this year. They're looking to get back on track. Star Funky Kong leading them on the mound. Hasn't had the best outings pitching so far, but rest of the team really needs to start to come through as well. Dixie Kong has been just as good as last year. She's really been a steady contender. Diddy Kong is the one that I think has stepped most. He's been hitting into double plays continually, not coming through pitching when he's needed. And of course, there's going to be that question of, I think there's been a huge refocus on defensive infield across the season this year. Julia over here is probably the focal point. Daisy, Blue Pianta, DK as well. Daisy and Blue Pianta, I would say at this point, are pretty wanted defenders. Definitely a lot of proving that has to be done in this favorite Funky Kong's infield, and there's going to be a lot of small ball being played. No pun intended. So without further ado, let's get into it. Stage ban, I believe, was Bowser's Castle. Stage pick was Donkey Kong Jungle Day. And we're playing at the ancestral grounds of Congo Jungle. Donkey Kong taking the mound as we kick off the first of 4 divisional games here tonight. Late October, Wednesday. Baby Daisy swings at the first pitch. She hits that one deep. Might clip some wall here, but no. It looks like Dixie Kong makes an error. Makes a double error. The banana's thrown by... Who would that be? Let's see. Yes, the banana's thrown by Yellow Yoshi, who we just sort of talked about having a standout year so far. Forced the double attack error from Dixie Kong in center field. Allowed Baby Daisy to lead off with a triple to start the game. And now Yellow Yoshi jumps on the first pitch. He hits it to the grievance corner. That's going to be an RBI double. No outs, 2 pitches, 1 run already scored. And this Knights team is looking, I mean, we were talking about their offensive woes. They're looking right on track. Luigi now the captain up to bat. He'll jump on the first pitch. That's a single to center field. Close play at the plate. It's going to go to the runner. Yellow Yoshi comes through in a big way. Flutter kicks his way onto home plate. That's going to be an RBI single that scores Yellow Yoshi from second. 3 batters, 3 hits, 2 runs. What has happened here to start the first? Funky Kong already found his way into a jam. Talked about it before the game. Knights won their only game this year over another contender. 2-0. So if they get a lead, they might not let it go. Luckily, double play ball here by secondary captain Daisy. Goes 6-4-3. Now Blue Pianta with no one on, 2 outs. And 2 runs already on the board. Hard hit over Julia's head, but watch out, Baby DK has an arm. The relay goes 9-4-3 on the out. 2 runs score though, and the Wild's already behind in the bottom of the first here. Not what the home crowd wants to see. Man, oh man, oh man. Luigi on the mound. He has the run support now to sort of work around the outside of the plate as he likes to do. As he forces a ground out to shortstop Daisy there to start the game. Now DK up the bat. He has been, I mean, as advertised is what I would say. As he's hits one foul, but hard down the left field line. Outside corner of the plate. The changeup has him completely fooled, and DK swinging strikeout. Luigi is on continues his heater that he was on last week. First hit of the game for the Wilds belongs to Funky Kong as he jumps on the first pitch. Sends it out to center field just in front of the glove of Yellow Yoshi. Ball 1 inside. It's Tiny Kong. Runner on first, but 2 outs. 2 balls now ahead in the count. We'll see if they play aggressively or perhaps ball 3. 1 ball away from the walk. Does he just walk her? He walks Tiny Kong. He looks disappointed, but I think we might know why. It's Diddy Kong. We highlighted he's had a really rough start to this season, and he wasn't spectacular last. 2 outs. He might just be the easier out versus Tiny Kong. Nonetheless, he represents the tying or go-ahead run, and he comes through here with a single into left field. So he'll load the bases for Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo chemistry with just 1 player on the base path, but I'll give him a slight benefit to his contact and power hitting. Luigi decides to dig into the bag, goes to the Cyclone pitch. Star swing, though, from Scooby-Doo down the third base line. Foul for strike 1. Takes strike 2 inside, looking for power. Might just look for contact here, try to drive in a run. Slap hit right to Daisy at the shortstop position. The Koopa Shell takes her out, but second baseman Blue Pianta covers, gets the ball to first just in time, prevents any runs from scoring with the bases loaded. What a defensive play by Blue Pianta to keep this game scoreless for the Wilds. That's, I mean, wow. I'm flustered. And now Blue Noki, a little bit of hitting. Gets one over the head of third baseman Diddy Kong. And they'll bring up Baby Luigi to the plate. Funky Kong, I don't know if he's retired consecutive batters this game. Julia diving. Grabs the ground ball towards second base side for her. It goes 4-6-3, 2 out, and now Baby Peach takes strike 1 on the outside of the plate. Change up inside of the plate, forces the ground ball to Julia. They don't go in order, but they go 1, 2, 3.
Well, hello. I want to check the replay on that. Funky Kong scored on that play.
It doesn't count as a score if you get the final out before on the runner going to first base. That's baseball rules.
Really?
Yes, it's not based on timing of getting there first. If the runner doesn't reach, like if it's not a hit, then it's not a run. Hard hit ball by Pink Yoshi. Damn. Yeah, let me add you to the commentary here as we welcome Mark. Mark, welcome to the first iteration, perhaps, of many of Wednesday Night Baseball.
Yeah, primetime games always hit harder, you know?
Yes, sir. Are you using the alts tonight, or are you going back to the yellows?
No.
Bottom of the inning, by the way, they're over on the double play by Blue Pianta. Nice play. Continue.
No, I think we're going with our classics tonight since we're...
Yeah, just another divisional
out
game,
of the
you know?
town. Yeah.
First batter goes in quick order there. Grounds out to the shortstop position. Strike 1. Funky Kong's really gotten together after that sketchy first inning, but man, it doesn't feel good to have to pitch from a 2-0 deficit that you caused. As he allows a hard hit ball by Baby Daisy. This one's gonna have to be played by Dixie and Tiny, but they'll do so no problem for the second out of the inning. Even avoid the bomb at the end of the play. Excellent defense there from the Funky Kong's outfield. Prevent a bad situation, perhaps, from getting worse. It's Yellow Yoshi up to bat.
I know this is the home field of the Kongs, but
I don't know if it helps them.
No, because they had to buddy jump for that one, and that ball was still in the park.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just an oddity of this map. That's what I call. Charwell doesn't want me to call it this. I call it the grievance corner, but you can call it whatever you want. But it's that weird corner of roots where there's just bad things that happen in left field.
Yeah.
I guess the technical grievance corner would be right next to the pole. That would just be, I would say, like the world tree or whatever you want to call it. Is Dixie Kong aboard for, I believe, the first time this game. Leadoff single to start the inning. Now DK up to bat. And he hits into a double.
No!
Error by Blue Pianta. Throws it over the head of shortstop Daisy. And now here we are.
That bomb hitter.
The error leads to Funky Kong, star player, up to bat with 2 on, none out. And he'll take strike 1 on the outside of the plate. Breaking ball doesn't break, and he sends a moonshot to left field. Do they even have a chance? No, it's a go-ahead home run. Funky Kong sends one into orbit over in that corner we were talking about, right in the left field. Not of roots. That gives Baby Luigi and Yellow Yoshi just a little bit too much trouble to come down with that. Wild take a 3-2 lead. The honorary captain comes through big time there. And now Tiny Kong with a hard hit ball. I don't know if that one looks like it might stay in the park. No, they have to go up for it. Baby Mario gets there in the nick of time. Yellow Yoshi with the catch. First out of the inning. Robs a home run there. Diddy Kong, though, gets aboard with another little chop hit single to left field. Good on him, you know, proving the haters wrong.
Yeah, you can't hit into a double play if you're the only one on base, man.
And now Scooby-Doo. Second out of the inning into right field. Diddy Kong is running on this after the barrel compounds the knockdown from the shell thrown by Baby DK. That might give him a steal there, or consider that a sacrifice single? Sacrifice fly?
Yeah, sac fly.
Now Baby DK gets aboard. Runners on the corners. Behind him, Pink Yoshi.
The hard-hitting menace, Pink Yoshi.
I mean, you say ironically. I don't think he's a good hitter. He's probably their worst power hitter, but if he comes through here, it's huge. Wild extend their lead.
With the pow block. Yep.
The pow block for disrespect. Runners now on first and second. 4-2 the score as Diddy Kong comes all the way around to score. And he's been huge tonight for this Wild team, I think.
Is that the first pow block that also hasn't hit the runners?
No, there's been a couple. First ever Yoshi RBS is true. All right, they swap pitchers to Daisy, and Julia sends one into the right field corner. The flower and the bomb stun the entire outfield. She might have third, but wait, it's going to be a close play at the plate. No. Base paths cleared. Julia with the second single of the night. This time one for the Wilds, as she puts them ahead 6-2. With some excellent chemistry plays. The flower in the outfield stunning Yellow Yoshi, the bomb stunning him and Baby Mario, and then no play at the plate as everyone comes around to score. Only the bottom of the third here so far, and it's been nothing but acceleration from both these teams.
Oh, did they hit the loop too? Is this just
the allegation? Actually, that's actually Mark's player. Oh, interesting play. Julia decides not to go home, but they keep the runners in the corners as the fireballs allow the single. So now DK will bat with runners on the corners. We'll get to the allegations in a second here as DK lines out to the third base. So Mark, my friend Logan says, do you care to comment on the allegations against Wario? He's rumored to have tested positive for PEDs. You know, now, I just give some context as to why the league was even testing him. Of course, he was the pitcher. Went all but 2 pitches in the 6-0 shutout opening game. He's been the pitcher for league-leading only 5 runs allowed by this defense.
Yeah.
So what do you say, Mark?
I think we'd have to double-check the rules, but I didn't realize that PEDs were necessarily illegal in this league.
Well, okay, he's getting flagged on Super Mushroom, and it's like, if you're going to test Wario, test Mario too.
True. Yeah.
As Daisy sends one into that right field corner that's been so pesky for those outfielders tonight, and she finds a double where I thought she surely had a single. So 1 on, 1 out after we missed it with the talking, but a ground out to DK was the first out of the inning. And now another one of these shots into the gap in right field, and an error from Dixie Kong. And for the second time tonight, an error from Dixie Kong will lead to runs scoring. As she misses an attack on the ball and Baby DK has to back her up, Daisy comes around to score, and it's 6-3. Those pesky Knights might not be going anywhere. Blue Noki, surprisingly good hitter tonight, and she might continue that. The slowest single I've ever seen. But it might have just helped Blue Pianta, a slow runner, advance to second as it dropped just in front of Dixie Kong, like moments before she could have thrown him out. Baby Luigi will bat 1 out, 2-1. The runners are on first and second. He represents the tying run himself. Up the middle, DK's not in time. The Boo's gonna let it roll past Dixie Kong. Blue Pianta's coming around to score unless Julia has the arm. No, she doesn't have the throw. It's 6-4. The tying run is on the base paths. Big time hit from the young player. I remember when we were drafting, Jordan said, "I can't believe you guys are sleeping on the babies." And I think all of us sort of looked at him with consternation. As Diddy Kong has to come in here in relief of Funky Kong. But man, if we haven't been proven right so far, they have been... There's a lot of things they do well, I think is what we'll say. Like, sure, they're not power-hitting menaces, but I think this is the year that we're learning home runs aren't all they're cracked up to be, especially if outfield defense is so good. As the ground out there to the second baseman, 3-6-2, or 4-6-3. Double play ends the inning. So no more runners score. Wild stay ahead by 2 here, 6-4. And Funky Kong, who put the Wild ahead initially, now up to bat again against their relief pitcher. And he hits another sky scraper.
Moon ball.
Oh, but to the deepest part of the outfield. But no! It's a ground rule double. As the Bananas force the attack from Baby Mario, and the ball bounces over the wall in the outfield. Don't see that every day, folks. This one's had a little bit of everything. Now Tiny Kong up to bat, runner on second, no outs. Diddy Kong behind her. And he's been the star of the show, as he won't bat with any chance to hit into a double play, as Tiny Kong does it herself, flies out to second base. Now Diddy Kong bites on the Daisy Star pitch, but wait, those pesky Bananas. This has been Banana Bowl. What is happening to Diddy Kong? Why isn't he going back to first? I can count 3 or 4 distinct plays in this game so far where that banana item has made the difference. I don't know if they're getting it more because they are, like, it is their home field and they are the Kongs, but, like, it has been ridiculous, I think. The fly out to right field at least ends the inning before any damage is done. We're in the latter half of this ball game as Diddy Kong looks to close it out. Top of the 5th, first strike into Baby Mario as the Wilds look to retain a 6-4 lead. Diddy Kong comes in with the curveball. Julia fields the grounder from it for out number 1 of the inning. Top of the order now, Baby Daisy, Yellow Yoshi behind her.
Yeah, the other nasty thing about these babies is they have such a small strike range.
Yeah, you really have
it's hard to
be
get
able
some
to,
of
you know,
these
pick
in
your
there.
spot. Donkey Kong narrowly avoids those fireballs as Baby Daisy grounds out to Donkey Kong for out number 2 of the inning. Yellow Yoshi takes the first 2 pitches for balls. Now bites on the changeup middle of the zone, and it's probably a mistake when Diddy Kong was having such a hard time finding his spot in the zone as he flies out to the shortstop position. We move to the bottom of the 5th. Daisy already looking tired. I think this is where things start to get tricky. I'm not sure who the pitchers in reserve are here. I believe Baby Peach might have an excellent pitching stat. Don't quote me on that. But there could be some chemistry nightmares if any of them move. I don't know if there's a lot of great chemistry picks for Yoshi outside of other babies. As Blue Pianta has been great all game defensively with a bobble on the grounder by Pink Yoshi to second base. Will allow the not leadoff single, but 1-out single. But it may not matter as Luigi goes 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. On the sharp line drive from Julia. Luigi started that double play. He'll start the inning here. 2 left. As his team looks to take the lead. I gotta say, these are my favorite types of games where there's a lot of high impact moments, but then we fall into these like heavy, tense defensive battles.
Defensive slugfest.
Oh, that boom might make the difference, but no, DK gets it done himself. The dive across the diamond and the arm strength to get the throw in on time for out number 1. He's sort of taken over the game in that part of the diamond. We were talking about that. This infield's going to be tested on this small ball. They have to make plays like that. They're not going to be able to stop that single from Daisy. Or this single, or maybe worse, from Blue Pianta. Baby DK's there in time, but the fireballs make Daisy think of third, and that's an error on her part as she gets tagged out trying to retreat to second. So just the runner on first. 2 outs for Blue Noki, who technically represents the tying run here. I've seen them hit for power before, but Funky Kong robs them of a line drive down the third base line. And they'll have 1/2 inning to get it done. Wild's last chance to add to their insurance here. Strike 1 into Dixie Kong. We're at the top of the lineup for the Wild here. And she sends one down the left field line that slices foul at the last second. And now one into right field. Baby Mario with a last second effort gets there in time.
Somebody ate that fireball too for him.
Now DK. I gotta say, as the one who managed DK in season 1, he was known for these like bases empty shots. I don't know what about him, but I know he has this reputation as a power hitter. He's a contact hitter just as much. You know, he loves getting on base. He's a dog like that. As he gets aboard there, Funky Kong unfortunately bites on the Daisy star pitch, but they have the pow block. Not going to do anything. It's nice, clean defense from Luigi. Attacks the pow block and the ball simultaneously. And they move to Baby Peach as their late reliever here against Tiny Kong. 2 outs, 1 on. Tiny Kong sends one to shortstop for the final out of the inning. And the Knights, 3 outs between them and 1-3 record. Same for Funky Kong, a 1-3 record for both these teams. Baby Luigi, they started this game off with fireworks, jumping on the first pitch. He does so again here, but he flies out to shortstop for strike 1. Baby Peach now. Came in for that last out. She flies out, or lines out to shortstop. As DK's been eating this team alive over there in shallow left. Calm the babysitter because he's putting these kids to sleep. There's Baby Mario. Lines out to center field to Dixie Kong, who gets to look down and look at that baseball and say, Funky Kong have their first win of the season, 6-4 here at home over the Knights. Both of them advance, I guess is the word, to 1-3. We get to see who took home MVP honors here. I have a guess. Who else? The All-Star. Great win. Great game, I think. What do you think, Mark? Well, if you want to give your thoughts while I put in the
This was
stats.
a stellar. I mean, a lot of innings had 1, 2, 3 and outs from great defensive play on both sides of the ball, but the scoring innings all absolute masterpieces.
Let's take a look at our MVP team here. 110, that go-ahead home run, the difference. I mean, can you blame them, man? What stellar work.